And being from New Zealand, I see this all the time. So when money is too easy to come by, you oftentimes founders think the problem is money. I got to go out and raise $3 million, otherwise I'm hosed. But actually what you should be doing is say, I have to do this. And if I don't, I'm totally hosed. Then to do this, who do I need to do it? And once I've solved those two things, like what's the minimal amount of money, I could use to do that? Whereas I think sometimes people start with the reverse, like I'm raising, a seed around the 5 million. Okay, for what? What if you only had one? You know what I mean? I'll give a shout out to a friend of mine from New Zealand, started a company called Powered by Proxy. It charges up your iPhone. Actually sold it to Apple, which is really hard to do. And I think, when he was raising $3 million, more well-funded technology competitors in places like Silicon Valley, raising probably 10 times that. But as a consequence, he had to think more about the engineering and think more about go-to-market. And, ultimately that led to success. So resource constraint can be a good thing. I mean, obviously not taken to the extreme.
And how do you think about sequencing when to invest in brand versus inventory and team? Is there an order to that? And I know you need all of these technically to work, but like order of magnitude.
Great question. I mean, you think most, you're always looking for what's, like you said at the start, right? What's the pattern recognition? I think most things that you see successful at some point, there was always like a great person behind them, like a great founder at some point. So I think you probably start with the people, because the people are harder to fix. Right? You can fire them, but that's also costly. But if you've got the wrong people, the wrong work ethic, the wrong mentality, that's kind of hard to change. Brand can always be improved, right? You've got to have a great brand. I think it's a non-negotiable. You think about, some of the most valuable companies in the world also correlate almost one-to-one with the best brands in the world, from Apple on down. So like the brand is absolutely critical, and having someone who's a real expert who knows how to do that, whether an outside or an inside person, is important. And then I think the third thing is the blocking and tackling, like how much money do I need for inventory? How can I finance that? Can I cook up some model that's going to make me more efficient? I think probably one of the great things with AI and so on, right, is you can build things with technology that tell you with more accuracy what's the right number of units to order and sort of how to do that. So I would do it in that sequence.